The labor force report for December and the fourth quarter of 2021 describes the labor supply situation. The report will elaborate on the month-on-month and quarter-on-quarter changes to examine the immediate effects of the NRP to rejuvenate the economy while containing the spread of COVID-19. In addition, annual changes from the same month and the same quarter of the previous year are also reported. In December 2021, employed persons remained upward, with a marginal increase of 0.2% month-on-month or equivalent to 38.3 thousand persons to 15.65 million persons. The employment-to-population ratio, which indicates the ability of an economy to create employment, recorded a slight increase to 66.1% during the month. As for the unemployment by quarter, the number of employed persons went up by 1.1% or 165.8 thousand persons to 15.44 million persons in the fourth quarter of 2021. In December, the employees category, which comprised of 76.8% of the total employed persons, edged up by 0.1% or 17.6 thousand persons to register 12.02 million persons. Likewise, the own account workers category, which consists mostly of daily income earners working as small business operators such as retailers, hawkers, sellers in markets and stalls, as well as smallholders, persistently recording increases by 0.5% or 12.2 thousand persons to 2.64 million persons. In the fourth quarter, the employment was dominated by male with a share of 61.2%. Meanwhile, more than 30% of the employed persons were in the age group of 25 to 34 years. As for the employed persons by occupation in the fourth quarter, 25.4% was services and sales workers. Nevertheless, more than half of the employed persons were in the semi-skilled category. The continuous operation of business activities during fourth quarter 2021 has led the number of employed persons who work less than 30 hours per week to decrease by 70.8 thousand persons to record 393.8 thousand persons. Accordingly, time-related underemployment, or persons who worked less than 30 hours a week and were able and willing to work extra hours, reduced to 293.1 thousand persons, registering time-related underemployment rate of 1.9%. Likewise, skill-related underemployment encompasses those with tertiary education but working in semi-skilled and low-skilled occupations, reduced by 1.9% to 1.84 million persons, recording a skill-related underemployment of 37.5%. During the last month of 2021, the number of unemployed persons continued to decrease by 1.0% or 6.8 thousand persons month-on-month to 687.6 thousand persons, recording a lower December's unemployment rate at 4.2%. Similarly, the unemployment rate in the fourth quarter of 2021 dropped by 0.4 percentage points to record 4.3% as against 4.7% in the previous quarter. The number of unemployed persons in this quarter reduced to below 700,000 persons to record 694.4 thousand persons. By category of unemployment in December 2021, the actively unemployed, or those who were available for work and were actively seeking jobs, encompassed 83.8% of the total unemployed persons. The unemployed persons for less than 3 months accounted for 55.9%, whereas those who were in long-term unemployment of more than a year was 7.6%. In the fourth quarter, more than 80% of unemployed persons were actively unemployed. The largest composition of the actively unemployed was those who were unemployed for less than 3 months, which comprised of 57.9%. The number of labor force in December 2021 rose by 31.5 thousand persons or 0.2% to 16.34 million persons. Accordingly, the labor force participation rate went up to 69.0%, the highest LFPR recorded since January 2020. This situation signaled the people's optimism towards the labor market, thus prompted them to search for jobs. In the fourth quarter of 2021, labor force posted an increase 0.7% or 114,000 persons to record 16.14 million persons, recording higher labor force participation rate at 68.7%. In December 2021, the decline in the number of outside labor force endured with a lessening of 6.7 thousand persons to 7.34 million persons. Likewise, the number of outside labor force in the fourth quarter of 2021 decreased by 0.9 percentage points or equivalent to 68.6 thousand persons to record 7.36 million persons as compared to the previous quarter. The largest composition of the outside labor force in December 2021 was due to schooling, training with a share of 41.5% and tailed by housework, family responsibilities category with 41.3%. Similarly, during the quarter, schooling, training was the major composition of the outside labor force, accounting for 42.2%. Housework, family responsibilities ranked second with 40.5%. In terms of unemployment situation by state, 11 states posted a fall in the unemployment rate during the quarter. The lowest unemployment rate was recorded by Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya, 1.6%, followed by Selangor, 2.9%, Malacca, 3.1%, Negeri Sembilan, 3.1%, and Pulau Penang, 3.2%. In the meantime, there were 11 states recorded an increase in LFPR indicating that more labor participation is in the market. The highest LFPR was registered by Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur, 74.7%, Selangor, 74.1%, Pulau Penang, 72.1%, Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya, 70.9%, and Sarawak, 70.5%.